the visitors as they got off the team bus earlier. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for him.
And a promising trend this month is the rise in his effective field goal percentage. He's showing a lot of smarts. Shot selection has been tremendous, and it's helped his numbers a ton.
Let's check out Pittsburgh's starting lineup. Morris is out there with Wendell Carter. Then it's Barrett. Then it's Reddish. And it's Young in at the point guard. And for the Bulls, they've got Clark. Oladipo is out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Christian Wood. And it's Butler in at the small forward. And here is Butler after R.J. Barrett hitting the three. And that one's good by Butler. And Chris, big shot makers really stand out this time of year. Is clutch play something that can be taught, or do you have to be born with that trait?
You know, I'm not sure. You know, for me, I think it's something that you're born with. You got to want that shot. You got to not care about the ones you could miss, but only think about the ones you could make. And so I definitely think you need to have skill, but wanting it, I think that's something that you're born with. As good as he is at creating his own shot, Kennard is also a solid distributor. He doesn't miss the open man when he spots it.
Morris, and it's denied. Barrett against Butler. Stolen by Carter. And here's the fast break. Barrett leading the way. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting two. And there's the call. Chicago the foul. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Good on both.
And what you like about Barrett is his all-around game, a versatile guard / forward who wants to keep improving.
Now, here's Oladipo. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
While he was doing that, I mean, dropping buckets. He was keeping everybody else involved, too. I mean, he had a tremendous night facilitating.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating, because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back.
Butler against Barrett. Young outside. Lets it go from deep. Drills it from outside.
This is what the crowd comes to see. Young has that it factor.
The pass to Oladipo. Back to Kennard. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Well, he doesn't play around. If the bucket's there for him, he's going to get it.
1:39 left here in the first quarter. Morris finds Young, and the foul on Victor Oladipo. That is his first foul of the game. .135 left to play in the first. And it's Carter missing.
He usually takes advantage of D like that. Should have been a simple layup.
In over his 2 years at UNLV, Christian Wood shot just 26% from long range, so he's made a huge improvement in the NBA.
Yeah, and it's become a key part of his offensive game, GA. He's put the work in behind the scenes. I mean, developing a skill set that's so much in demand.
And Barrett gets it to go.
Making plays in traffic. This is where Barrett's most effective.
Here's Butler. Good, and it's Oladipo picking up the assist. Butler's got 6. And so it's Young who brings it up for Pittsburgh.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
They just appeared lost out there. I mean, it seemed like they were scrambling on the defensive end of the floor.
Now Kennard after the missed 3 from Trae Young. Oladipo outside. Off target from outside. For Pittsburgh, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Young, no good.
This quarter has been hit or miss for him. Mostly miss.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Clark finds Oladipo. Five to shoot. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And that's what happens when you play in attack mode. Oladipo doesn't take no for an answer.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And with an 86% free throw average, you can count on him to come through on most trips.
Young's shot is good. It's all tied in Chicago. And the second quarter will get underway just after. And if you're like me and curious about Victor Oladipo's overall.
I think the biggest thing is just the relentlessness.
You know, Greg, I haven't ever heard anyone question his effort.
He came into the league as a raw athlete. Now he's a skilled assassin.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
And Pittsburgh, looking at who they've got out there. Wendell Carter is out there with Morris. And it's Young. Then it's Barrett. And it's Reddish in at the two-guard spot. And that one is good.
Can't allow Barrett that kind of positioning. He's just too skilled at finishing, even when you try to get physical with him.
Oladipo, the pass to Butler. And they call an illegal screen here.
I appreciate the aggression, but that's already his second foul. He's got to play it a little safer now.
Here's Pittsburgh with the ball. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for him. And Young kicks to Reddish. Dishes to Morris. Barrett against Butler. They get it back.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking for.
Kennard for 3. Sinks the triple. Kennard's got the lead up to 3 now for the Bulls.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
And it's good. 2 points.
Oh, he's just such a terrific offensive rebounder. I mean, Carter Jr. excels at using his big body to his advantage on the glass.
From 15 feet away, Pittsburgh pulls it in. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. With his first shot attempt. And so it looks like Pittsburgh will retain possession here. Barrett wide open. He fires. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. 11 points for R.J. Barrett. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst, partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Young, no good.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. He'd take that 10 out of 10 times. He's not going to miss many of those.
Here's Oladipo. Carter pulls it in. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Nets in Brooklyn. Kennard against Barrett. Pass to Reddish. Here's Carter. Banked in off the glass. Carter's got 4 points now in the quarter.
There is where Carter Jr. is most comfortable. It feels like he can score at will from there.
Butler with the ball, and it's Carter picking him up. That one goes in.
They couldn't have asked for much more from him today. He's been a key force in their offense.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And it's Young, that time on the assist from Barrett. Young's got 10 points.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Young against Oladipo. Just 5 on the clock. And yes, it's good. Oladipo's got his second basket.
And with underrated strength, Oladipo isn't worried about absorbing some contact.
Jimmy Butler has been on display. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, every big-time play throughout the first half for Jimmy Butler. He had 14 points. And that wraps up the...
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
They've got Oladipo. Brandon Clark is out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Wood in at the center position. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. Barrett, no good.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Butler passes to Kennard. Now here's Oladipo. Defense is right there, and he banks in the layup.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite too, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
Passes to Kennard. Young against Oladipo. Here's Wood. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Now Young. 10 points for him. Here's Barrett. Morris trying to free himself up. Barrett, no good. The Bulls leading by 6. Butler kicks to Oladipo. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things, winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Inside, here's Morris. It's blocked.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan. And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
He hits both from the stripe. 1:19 left in the third quarter. And here's Oladipo. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Pass to Kennard. Wants to get it to Butler and does. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Oh, and the connection Butler has with his teammates, he knows when they're going to throw it his way.
Young drives in. Oladipo with the block. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Butler with the ball. Yep, that one goes in there.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
That's about as a high percentage a look as you're going to get running the floor beautifully.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And the pass to Barrett. The tray. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
And they're going to have to pay closer attention to him beyond the arc. I mean, he's got 2 threes in this half, a total of 3 overall.
And Oladipo kicks to Butler. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Butler is so strong. I mean, when he completes plays like this, I mean, it earns himself that extra chance from the line.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Pass to Barrett. Back to Young. We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter. That one drops for him.
And a depth mid-range shooter as well. All Young needs is a little breathing room, and he set the fire.
Young with the steal. Over Oladipo. No good. And so it's Chicago in control with the 9-point lead. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that defense.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And Pittsburgh looking at who they've got out there. R.J. Barrett is out there with Morris. Then it's Wendell Carter, and it's Young, and it's Reddish in at the 2 guard. Morris trying to free himself up.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Oladipo taking his time here. Here's Butler. Pittsburgh pulls it in. Carter's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Barrett against Oladipo. Carter, that's good.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
And Oladipo kicks to Kennard. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
You got to be more disciplined against elite shooters like Kennard. I mean, as he relishes opportunities at the line.
So he gets them both.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
Young with the ball. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
When talking about the pressure Young puts on a defense, I'm not sure the word relentless is strong enough.
And so Young nails them both.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one, every time.
Oladipo, the pass to Butler. Good on the bucket. Butler's got 24 points.
Oh, from role player to star, Butler's transformation has been fun to watch. Now he racks up points with ease.
Carter looking around. 6 on the shot clock. Young drives in, and that one drops for him.
Game tightening up, no problem. Put the ball in Young's hand and let the young fella go to work.
Clark outside, back to Oladipo. And it's sent back by Carter.
An aggressive defender, Carter Jr. also excels at using his physical advantages to turn shots back.
And then Carter with the dunk.
The fearlessness of Carter Jr. Outstanding job upping his intensity and hitting them.
Young against Oladipo. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Young against Oladipo. Over in the corner, Reddish. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
Oladipo against Young. It drops.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
Now a timeout called by Pittsburgh. They trail by 5. 51 seconds left in the game. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Pittsburgh's head coach talked to his team during that timeout. He told them we've got to make the most of every chance right now. This is a winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
Chicago with the ball. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Offensive rebound. Oladipo outside. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Buries it from 3-point range. And it's an 8-point Bulls lead.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
Oladipo finds Kennard. And so it's Chicago winning this one. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it.